I'm officially starting over. After months in Unreal, I've decided to move my entire development process to Godot for my new game. Today is day 0, and by the end of this video, we're going from a completely empty screen to a working prototype. Alright, let's get into it. If you've been following, I recently just made the jump from Unreal to Godot, mainly because the new project is a 2D project, and while Unreal can do 2D, I personally feel like it's so much easier to do it in Godot, as well as the game engine being intuitive. So, what is the game? My game is a turn-based tactical shooter with a card-based ability system. It's also a multiplayer PvP game, and if that sounds like a mouthful, it's because it is. I don't really have a name yet, so please, if you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear it in the comments. I don't know anyone else who has ever tried to make a game like this, which is why I'm so excited about making it. So let me walk you through it. You, the player, are given a movement set based on the character you decide to play as. On top of that, you also have the option of using cards you have unlocked to defeat the other players before they eliminate you. You've also got 4 ability slots you equip cards into. Things like a fireball, a heal, a push or a pull, spells for positioning, and all that. And with that, you, the player, can design your own unique combinations. But right now, it's not really deck building. I'm still deciding if I want cards to rotate in like a regular deck should do, or if it should stay as a fixed hand. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is, so let me actually show you what the game looks like. The core loop is turn-based chess-like positioning on a grid. Your move and range matter, since some abilities only hit certain distances. I started out trying to implement grid-based movement, and because the game moves on a grid, we can just change the player position to the grid they clicked on, instead of having to make it so they move across the entire screen like a normal 2D game would. When it comes to making characters, I struggle a lot to find my own style in pixel art, but I eventually landed on a character you're seeing now. For making the characters first class, a wizard would be the best because, well, wizard can do all sorts of spells, and so the amount of cards I could add that actually fit a wizard makes the most sense here. I also added some UI so the player can actually interact with the game. I decided to make 4 ability buttons as well. For how I actually make the ability, I use Godot's resource system to create the base variable with a bunch of export variables. If you don't know, resources are like planting a tree, so that way you can use wood from it later. Instead of having to regrow the entire tree, you now can continuously take logs away from it. I don't know if that's the best explanation, but it just means I don't have to remake the entire thing whenever I want to make a new ability now. I can just take something like a fireball, for example, and then reverse it, making it heal players instead of damage them by just increasing the plus or the negative to a plus. This allows me to easily make different variations of abilities, with the first one being a fireball as a classic starter ability for a wizard. I then added on another instance of the player. We're a turn-based manager script, and boom, now we have another player who can move. There was definitely some replication issues there for a bit. It's not much yet, but it's definitely a start. And yeah, I might have lost control of the scope again, but I'm having so much fun building this project that I really don't care. In fact, recording this video is killing me because I just want to get back in there and continue adding new parts piece by piece. And that's the basics of the game. Now all I have to do is add the art. Next devlog, I'm shifting focus to adding juice. Add more cards, add more characters, real animations, and polish. Making it actually fun to play instead of just functional. If you want to see that come together, consider subscribing. And let me know in the comments. Should abilities rotate like a deck, or should I stay as a fixed hand? Alright, that's pretty much it.